what I wanted to focus on during this episode, Mr. Colbert.
Yes.
3 things you wish you knew before starting an agency. Welcome back to another episode of the Monarch Social podcast, where we discuss all things digital media marketing.
In hopes to give you, the viewers at home, a little bit of insight into this digital world which we all live in.
Welcome back, everyone. Oh my.
We're a little rusty.
We should practice that.
Brush the dust off. It's been a minute.
It has been a minute, everyone. Wow.
Should we tell them what we've been doing, Morgan?
Yeah, let's just jump into where we've been.
Yeah, what have we been up to?
Everything.
A lot.
We've been doing everything.
Yeah.
I think the last time that we spoke was maybe a day in the life. Was that what we did last episode?
I literally don't even remember.
I have no idea what we talked about last.
Yeah, pretty sure it was a day in the life.
Anyways.
We've been doing a lot of things. We've been doing projects. We just got back from Pocatello yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, we had like a 10-hour day of shooting, filming up there. And
then we had another... Oh, actually, no, that was 2 days ago. And then we had that Brigham shoot yesterday.
Oh, that was... Yeah, Pocatello was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
You had a Brigham City shoot in an orchard.
A little shootout.
Yeah, I've been on vacation. I was on vacation for a week in Sacramento.
You were. I met you there.
I took a little vacay.
It was nice.
And it's kind of crazy because it's like the busiest that we've ever been. And I was like, I'm still going. And before that, I went down to southern Utah and I was camping for the weekend.
Oh, yeah, the Rafael.
Yeah, San Rafael
72
swell.
hours alive.
Yeah, if you guys have never experienced the San Rafael swell, that was so fun. It's like one of the coolest camping spots. It felt like beautiful. Mars.
Literally, that's the best way to describe it. I've been on there a couple times, and not only is it super red and like beautiful, but the stars, that was my favorite part. It was the stars at night.
Yeah, there's like zero light pollution. It's right by Goblin Valley, if you guys are familiar with that. Mm-hmm. And me and my brother went in the middle of July. Was it July or June? I think it was the last week of June. No, it was 4th of July weekend. That's when I went. It's 4th of July weekend. And no one was down there.
Surprisingly.
It was because it was like 100 degrees. And that's the first time I've been. And it was super fun. Like, it was crazy. We went through the slot canyons and yeah, so we did that.
That's always a fun time.
Then I went to Sacramento. You showed up for the end part of that. And we did a little 4th of July get together with our friends out there. And that was super fun.
Way fun. Way hot. I would almost say that might have been hotter because that was like 113 degrees.
It was hotter. It was 113. It was 113 on that Saturday that you left. Sacramento.
Heat wave come through Sacramento.
And on top of that, we're just signing on clients left and right.
I know.
And it's
crazy. I feel like that Sacramento trip was like the last
that's the last hoorah.
And then now it's back to grind. That's why we're doing this right now.
Ooh, and before
what? We had an event?
We had an event.
Oh, yeah, we did.
So we talked about that in our last podcast that we were going to do this event in Idaho, in Pocatello, right?
Yes.
And it went amazing.
It really was actually super sweet.
It was a great event. It was so fun. And it's kind of funny because the very first event that we ever did as Monarch Social Presents, it was here in Salt Lake. And we didn't have like a huge turnout. I mean, we had a great turnout, but it wasn't
the first one.
Yeah, it wasn't like huge. Yeah. In Pocatello, we barely we didn't market it, I feel. Yeah. Like we barely marketed it, and it was a bigger turnout than Salt Lake. So
it was a good time. I think we should definitely do another one up in Pocatello. I would love for us to just be traveling.
That's what, yeah. We went to and we weren't 2 days ago. We weren't necessarily in Pocatello. We were in American Falls.
Big difference.
Way big difference. So I thought Pocatello was a little, podunk.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
I don't even want to say podunk. Oh, it's on the come up.
Okay. It is podunk. I'll be and they will too. I know people from there will agree with me.
Well, the reason I say that is because I feel like American Falls is podunk.
That's what I was saying.
It's so cute and quaint though. It's like a nice little... It's like the tiny town you would see in a movie.
Well, that's what I was saying. Before I went there, I thought Pocatello was podunk.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I see where you're going.
But then I went to American Falls. and that's a small town.
It's a small town, but there's, like I said, whenever we say this, I almost feel like we're saying bad about it, but I'm definitely not talking bad about a small town.
Why?
Because it's nice. It's like it's small. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody's super polite.
No.
Like,
I'm not talking
you don't have
bad.
those a-holes that we have up here in city life.
No, I'm not talking bad. I'm just talking it's so small. Like, it's just small life, and you can
It's
tell.
small life for sure.
It's just
we interviewed the mayor on accident.
yeah. Like, I was just hanging out with the mayor. Shout out Mayor Becca.
Yeah, Mayor Becca, you were awesome.
Mayor Becca, if you're ever listening to our
And
our
honestly,
podcast.
the people we interviewed, they were all super cool.
Every single person that we met there was awesome. One of the I think it's cool to talk about the project is it has to do with the preschools and some of the programs that they have going on with preschools.
It's about,
up there.
yeah, exactly. It's about what they're doing to help promote kids going to preschool and getting ready for kindergarten.
So super fun project. And
What was your favorite part? I already know mine.
your favorite part?
Tent boy.
Yeah, the story. Yeah,
That was the
So,
coolest story.
We were interviewing. What do you call them? Directors of preschools?
Yes, she's the director.
There's like four or five different preschools in the district there, and we were interviewing the I guess they're called
directors,
right?
Yeah.
I feel like there's another word.
Well, I would like when we first were like brainstorming with the everybody. They were like, I was like, do I call him a principal? Is that what
It's like
called?
a principal, but it's a director.
But it's a director because they're not kindergarten through is considered principals, and then the ones below is like a I don't even know. A director.
Yeah, I don't even know.
But that story that she told us a story about how there was a little kid who didn't want to go to school.
He was scared of it. Preschooler.
And he loved this tent. And so he would stay inside of this tent. And every day they would move the tent closer and closer to the school. And finally, he was in school. Like, he was in the classroom. And then he finally warmed up to everybody else. Fast forward 10 years. And he's like on honors rolls now.
Yeah,
like
it was a
killing
cool story.
it in school. Like, that's awesome.
One of my favorite people up there was the superintendent.
I was gonna say
So,
he was definitely one.
He was really fun to talk with, and just he was just really down to earth, and the crazy cool things that he wants to do.
I was gonna say if you're watching this, Randy, you better pursue that.
Yeah, you better get on
channel.
YouTube. You better get on YouTube.
Flipping it up, whipping it up.
Yeah, he wants to be a saucier.
Yes, the saucier.
I learned a new word when I was up there.
It's a good one. But it was a cool thing, dude. I love that.
And then, like we said, we interviewed the mayor, and then they have a lot of Hispanic culture up there.
Oh yeah, that the dancing stuff.
Yeah, and there was these like high schoolers, like high school kids, traditional dancing, like with
Spanish,
the Spanish skirts,
the brightly colored skirts.
Oh yeah, it was super fun, and we went and we got to
cool.
like talk with them, and so we had a great experience up there. It was super fun, but ate at a delicious little Mexican restaurant.
We did.
It was super good. We've been busy. Anyways, that was our
like I said, we've been just doing so much. There's just been a lot.
Yeah, that was our American Falls trip, and
I know we're missing something in there because I know we're missing something that we were doing that was big, but maybe it's just work that we've been catching up on that I'm thinking about.
Well, you've traveled too. You flew to Portland, you flew to LA, and you've been doing big things.
Yeah, well, it's been a long time, man. Yeah, we've been everywhere.
We've been everywhere.
We should roll a clip of our New Year's resolutions.
Oh yeah,
When I was like, I'm gonna dip out at least once a month to a different state.
I want to travel to a different state once a month.
I think you've done that.
I definitely have done that.
So, on the work side of things, like I said, we've signed on not only big projects, but like a lot of projects. Mm-hmm. And we're working around the clock. And even when we've been on these travels, we'll always say this, like, we can work from anywhere. So there was many times on those travels and trips where we were working.
Yes.
And it's just part of the gig.
I know, and I'm really disappointed that we when we went to Sacramento, I wanted to film a podcast, but my flight I couldn't catch the flight out.
Yeah, the flight really messed us up.
That messed the whole thing up because I was supposed to be there for 2 days and I was literally there for a night.
You were there for like 12 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, longer than that, but you know what I mean. Yeah, we were gonna film a podcast in Sacramento at our friend's house. He has a pool, nice big old
We were
palm
gonna
tree.
do it in the pool, but mark my words, we will do a podcast outside of this room.
Well, we might do it in Pocatello again.
I think we should do one like a cool one, like on the go,
Let's do it.
like somewhere crazy. Like maybe we do it in these orchards that we've been filming at.
Angels,
Coming at you live.
not Angels Landing.
Oh, we should. We could. There's some huge news. We can't even talk.
We
about
can't even
it.
talk about it. We can't even talk
Definitely
about it. We
disclose.
can't talk about that.
Okay. Anyways, this is what we've been up to.
Anyways, we've been doing lots of stuff, and I'm stoked to be back in the studio. I'm stoked to be
Yes.
back here at work, and yeah, like there's just so much going on. I don't even know where to really start. But we did prepare an episode.
Yeah, we did.
We did prepare some talking points today. So,
Yeah. What are we gonna talk about?
I didn't ask. I didn't ask my normal thing. My what's it called?
How have you been doing, Morgan?
How's your week been, Koa? How's your week been?
I feel like we've kind of discussed it all. We've just been
Yeah,
We've
you're right.
really been
I just-
catching up with things. This is kind of like partially our first week back. It feels like,
yeah.
and yeah, then we just got hit with all these video projects, and it feels like we haven't even been back.
Yeah, I think I have stacked Makoa full of video projects. I've just been really focused on them. I just was like, they're good. It's a good profit margin for sure. Because they're expensive. Video work is expensive, and so I wanted to get some bigger projects in, and so I really focused on some videos for you.
Yeah, you definitely did, man.
You're welcome. Welcome, buddy.
Good job, Morgan.
Keep you nice and busy. All right, so let's get into the show. So this one, we talked about the day in the life of being an agency owner, right? What I wanted to really focus on this episode is and when we've had a great response to those videos, by the way. Check them out if you haven't, what we do during the week. What I wanted to focus on during this episode, Mr. Colbert,
Yes.
3 things you wish you knew before starting an agency.
Before starting.
What are 3 things that you wish you knew? And we can go back and forth, one and one, so you don't have to say all 3 at once. We can talk about them.
Okay.
But yeah, so how about you start us off on the first one, and then I'll go, and we'll just go back and forth about the 3 things we wish we knew, and they're different.
Okay.
I think we have really different ones. So
Yeah.
hit us with your first one.
So the first thing that I wish I would have known, and it's not like I didn't know, it's more of I wish I would have really honed in on it, like really made that a pillar of what we do, and we have, which is beautiful, is how important client communication is.
Yeah.
I think that is, if you were to break it into a pie of all importance, that's at least 50% of what we do.
Maybe even more. You
Yes.
know how I feel about client communication.
Yeah. And that's why I'm saying, like, before I started this, I really didn't. And I did definitely, but it was like a monthly thing.
Yeah.
Like, it was like once a month, yeah, we'll talk.
Yeah.
But ever since we started this, it's been getting more and more and more, where all of a sudden, and I have to say this, there's a fine line between over too much and not enough. You know what I mean?
Well, I think there's a fine line between you're just being so available all the time, there's no boundaries,
Yes.
versus a healthy communication and when to get back and when to reach out.
Right.
And that's where I would go with the communication, because with clients, you can get a client that is
Overwhelming.
Every
Every single minute, like with us, we give all of our accounts our phone numbers.
Yeah, for
right.
sure.
So if somebody has something come up, they can literally just text me,
and
we can
that's
get
by
back to
choice. It's not like we require
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's like
and the
person's
reason we
choice.
do that is because it's not every single person on our team. It's the account managers. Account managers are the ones who give out their phone numbers. We don't need any of our web team to give out their phone numbers unless it's a specific web account where that's all they're doing, and then they have a web account manager, right?
Yeah.
But the account managers do need to be available so that they can, number one, answer them. Because I hate if you're on the client side and you're a client working with somebody and you reach out and you don't hear back. There's nothing worse.
Nothing worse.
Literally nothing worse. And so that's why we have this whole method of giving our phone numbers out, is because it's the easiest way to get a response, right? We have our phones on us 24/7.
Yeah.
So as soon as we get a text, we can, even if it's not the answer to the problem, the
You
solution,
just say, hey, I'll get back to you.
Yes, replying to them, letting them know that you heard them and that you are working on it.
Well,
That's huge.
I think that, all entrepreneurs should know this, that clients are your lifeblood. Like, if you don't have clients, you don't have a business. And so to be able to keep clients on and nurture existing clients, the ability to get clients and keep clients, that's huge. It's
Absolutely.
so big. So every Monday morning we do a meeting, and I led this last Monday, and I talked about this
Communication.
So,
and it's huge. And so that's what I wish I would have known that more. And I'm grateful that I do know it now.
yeah.
And that we have implemented all the things we have.
Yeah.
Because it's huge.
Good stuff, man. My number one, my first thing, I don't say number one, my first thing is I wish that before we started the agency, we would have marketed ourselves as good as we marketed our clients.
Yeah.
I wish we did marketing for ourselves from day one consistently like we did for our clients. What happened is that we were getting clients in because, of sales, not necessarily marketing. And we were so busy. You were so busy marketing for people that we didn't really have people or a person to market us.
Right.
And so it was later on
that we
down the road.
Had enough people to start doing it.
Probably over a year that went by. And then finally we were like, we have to market. We're a marketing company. And in my head, it wasn't a problem because we were getting sales. But then I just realized I'm preaching the importance of marketing and we're not doing it ourselves. And I felt bad, and I was like, crap, like you're right, we should have started this. And now we've been consistently, we have an in-house person do all of our marketing, our content creator, and they do all our marketing for us, and we're actually doing ads and things like that for ourselves now. But I wish we would have started that earlier, at least been consistent on the organic stuff.
Because just like you said, it kind of blends into what I was going to say next, but it's huge because you are a marketing agency yourself. And when you're trying to get a new client, they're obviously going to scope you out.
Yeah, for sure.
They're going to go through and see what you guys are all about. And if they see that you don't do any marketing, how are you going to highlight any of your skills or any of the services that you offer?
Well, so to make that a case in point, I had a phone call today with a potential lead, and I asked, hey, how did you hear about us? Like, where'd you find us? And they said that they found us on social and that they saw the pictures of our team, and she was like, oh, these guys look great. I think I could work with them.
Yeah.
And that was just really cool because it was like, oh,
something we're doing is working.
Yeah, like, well, we know it is. It's just reaffirming, like, oh yeah, we kill it. Like, we do good. We do.
It's cool because we see the things we do work for all of the accounts that we work with, but it's cool to see it in-house, to work for ourselves, some of the things. Because, I mean, I've worked at other agencies and the same issue. It's always the same issue. We don't have any sort of strategy, any sort of marketing for ourselves.
Yeah.
And it's cool to see that we're actually doing that.
Yeah, we treat... So how we do it, and this might help people listening, is we treat ourselves like a client. So where we have our client board, where we have Monday, shout out Monday. I feel like we didn't get sponsored by Monday. Damn it.
Yeah,
we didn't get sponsored by Monday because we always talk about them. But in our Monday, we have these different boards where our clients are, and Monarch's in there too. And so we treat ourselves just like we would a client.
Right.
So, and I wish we would have started that at the beginning.
Yeah, we should have. But now we're out here doing it.
But now we're out here. We've been doing it consistently for a long time now, for over a year and a half. So,
so it's been good. All right, my number 2 is something that's kind of newer. I wish that I wouldn't have been so against SEO.
Yeah.
I came into this anti-SEO just because I always thought that SEO was almost like, in my mind, I thought it was a rival. And I know it's not because it's in the same realm of what we do. But because we are so adamant about doing Google ads and the power of doing Google ads, that's when I was like, you know what? SEO is an enemy. And it's not. SEO is a great, great tool, and I'm so glad that we offer it as a service now.
Yeah, I think, we've talked about this before, of how we kind of had to switch our mindset towards our own customers, we can run ads and get them leads, but as soon as we stop doing that, the leads stop. And if we would have done SEO, they would have had better residual leads coming in because we had built up their SEO. Who would have thought?
Right.
Who would have thought?
And then, dude, in my mind, it's like, now it's not only not an enemy, it's actually a huge asset. It's like, it's like become friends with the enemy,
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I
SEO
like
is
that one.
great. Like I said, SEO, and I think our SEO team is amazing.
I think that shows that we do change. We're adaptable.
Huge.
You know, we can change our mindset.
Yeah, that should be like a little extra thing that I wish I'd have known. We should be a little bit more adaptable.
More adaptable.
With the world, it
But
changes.
I think we
need
are
to
pretty
change with
dang
it.
adaptable with everything that we've done.
But yeah, that's a huge point too, that we are adaptable because we see that works.
My next one,
What is it?
and we've briefly touched on this in other episodes, but this. I wish before we started the agency, I would have known better to be a little more picky with the clients that we choose.
I feel you. That's a good one. There's a double-edged sword though, because
That's definitely one of mine though, because
but you can't. The thing is, it's like now we can say that.
but even though
Back
But
then, when it
even
was
at the
just you and me,
beginning-
we couldn't say that.
But that's what I wish. I don't know, dude. And that's the thing. I think it was just a mindset thing of like, well, if we don't say yes to this person, then we're not going to have more sales. And rather than just being like, this isn't a great fit, let me go find someone else. You know? And so because there's plenty. I mean, we've had our share of clients where it's not a great fit, and we had at the beginning we took them on.
yeah, for sure we did.
And between the amount of headaches that went into those, or just drama, or just you could never please that client, and you knew that shit from day one. Like
You're like, I know this is gonna be
It wasn't
hard.
like a secret. It wasn't like it came out later. It was like from day one. We were like, this person's kind of a little off.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we're working with them and it's just a nightmare. And so, you know, in my last company, it wasn't like this long relationship. You know, we did phone repair. And so a client would come in, you fix their phone, you send them out the door. In this company, we have a very long year relationship more with people sometimes. And so, you know, just understanding the difference between taking on someone that really fits with you and your culture and communication styles, and just taking that more into account. I just wish that we took that to save us some headaches.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
No, and I see that. And like I said, when I say double-edged sword, it's like at the time we probably couldn't. We had to say yes to everybody, or else we wouldn't be where we're at right now.
You see, and
But I also want to say this, and this is gonna kind of lead into my last one, is I feel like now you are a lot more knowledgeable about the fulfillment details, because I know you knew the services and everything that was required for a company to be successful. But I feel like now you and our sales team know a lot more about the nitty-gritty stuff about how those services work, so you can then say no to somebody and then go find somebody else that would be more fitting. Because I feel like we can literally find up any company that we could fit in with the services that we offer.
Yeah, I get that.
And so that's kind of what I wanted to say from my third one, is that I wish I would have known not only the importance of a sales team and how important having a sales team is to creating a successful agency, but also making sure your sales team is not just sales guys, but they're actually very knowledgeable about what they're selling. And they know a lot of the fulfillment side. And I only say that because I've only been on the fulfillment side. I've never been on the sales side. Yeah. And so it's like, I personally feel like that's my X factor for us being on the fulfillment side, is having a rock solid sales team.
Hell yeah.
That's what I wish we would have known the importance of that, because I feel like when we first started, I was like, the clients will just come.
We're
if you
so
build
cool.
it, they will come.
Yeah, like we're so cool. Who's not going to want to work with us?
And that's not the case, though.
The crazy thing is there's 10,000 other of us out there. You know what I mean? Like there's here in Salt Lake alone, there's hundreds of agencies, if you will. There's so many social media people out there that kind of do what we do, and it's not as easy just starting a business.
No,
and saying, they'll come.
This is not like
you got to have a sales process, and we talked a lot about that sales process.
Yeah.
Lately.
Yeah, we have.
Last episode or the one before, of everything that I do in a sales process. But
yeah, and I feel like, again, I mean, it's dumb that I didn't think about it, because sales is the bloodline. Sales is literally what keeps a company afloat, regardless of what the company is. But in this industry, that's even more important. And I love that we do what we do now, and the way that everything is set up is so freaking great that like I said, I wish I would have known that earlier, so we could have done what we're doing now faster.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah, man.
That's good.
What's your last one?
Get on your cells, bro. Okay. My last one. I have a couple, but let me choose it in my brain real quick. Because there's two.
Just say them both. Do 3A and 3B.
3A.
What's 3A?
I wish we would have raised our prices sooner. I think we went too long.
We did.
And because we're so good at what we do.
And we were so affordable.
And it was stupid how we just sold ourselves short. And I could understand that at the beginning to get going and just get your foot in the door at certain places. But I think that we stayed there too long.
For sure, dude. We did a year.
We should have raised our prices a lot sooner. So that's number one.
Mm-hmm. But keep in mind, we dropped them because we were astronomically high at the beginning.
And we did.
And then we dropped them all of a sudden. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And I feel like we just got comfortable. We were like, okay, this is what it feels like to get more and more accounts. But again, we were definitely worth way more than what we started out. All of our accounts that are grandfathered in, y'all lucky. Because you guys are 50% off every single time, if not more.
Yeah, we have a couple accounts that are grandfathered in just because they've been with us for so long, and
and we love them,
and just show our appreciation too.
Genuinely, they're some of my favorite accounts are our very first.
Yeah, and so they're at some killer prices, but I'll just leave it at that. That's a good one. We'll just leave it at that.
Cool.
Okay, let's talk about next week episode real quick before we wrap things up here, Koa.
Yes.
Instagram. CEO of Instagram just released a statement.
Ooh, what? It has to do with the all-seeing algorithm?
Yes, and I don't want to get into it, and I want to talk about that next week, what their focus is and how Instagram is changing.
Big changes.
Big changes. Big changes. And
it's very rare you have an SEO come out, or not an SEO, a CEO come out and start, make a statement like he did.
Made a big, bold statement that is kind of, it shocked me when I read it, and I want to jump into little Instagram stuff next week.
I think that'll be sweet. I think it'll be cool to decipher.
Dissect.
Dissect what he said and what you think he said and what I think he said.
Yeah. So. Very interesting. Okay, Ko, where can they find us?
Okay. All right, you guys. So, as always, gosh, I haven't done this in so long.
I said we should have practiced before.
All right, guys. So, you can find this podcast on all the major streaming networks, including Apple Podcasts and Spotify. You can catch this video on YouTube, as always, and give us a follow on all of our socials at Monarch Social Brand.
Thanks, guys. New episodes drop every Tuesday.
Yeah, well, let's make a deal. We're going to do this for the next 4 weeks at least in a row. We're going to drop a Tuesday.
We're going to be consistent, all right?
4-week promise.
Look, we're not even perfect at what we do, but we try.
We're going to record all of them right now.
Just back to back.
Just kidding.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in this week, and we'll catch you next time.